Broadcasting live from the multiverse, this is Tap Tap Concede. Hey, everybody.
We're all over town today.
Yeah.
As soon as we start the episode, I yawn.
Good job.
For no good reason. I had coffee.
We'll
I'm
be
well
seeing
rested.
comments about it.
Thanks, Kathleen. That's really helpful.
Her hideous uvula put me off the episode.
Whoa. Rude. Hey, everybody. Graham here, and joining me is Kathleen and Alex.
Hi.
And I'm back. I've been away for a little while. I was so sorry to miss last week's with Dan. That was a really great episode. I was really bummed.
Weren't you sick as a pike?
I was in bed.
He was ill.
Yeah, I did not actually wake up until after you had finished recording that podcast. So I don't feel that bad about it.
Yeah, there was a plague going through our little group of friends. So Paul was sick.
Orange
Alex
wedding.
was sick.
Orange wedding plague. Orange
Yeah.
plague.
Just orange pox.
Orange pox.
My friend Hanson got sick, and he's like, I don't know how I got an illness. I'm like, oh, God, did you get the orange pox too? And he's like, you've named it.
Yep.
I did not name it.
It was virulent.
Anyway, today on the show we're going to be talking about M15 and D15 because we're going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about my M15 pre-release, and Kathleen's going to talk about some time that she's spent with Magic 2015, the Duels of the Planeswalkers.
I unfortunately had to miss the pre-release this set, which kind of bummed me out. But
first,
crack a pack.
Sweet.
Alex, roll a dice.
I'm gonna do it.
Roll it up.
I'm gonna do the thing. Is there homelands in there?
No.
Good.
So you don't even have to
9.
You don't even have to say no whammies.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7,
8,
8, 9. Whoa, spicy.
It's the Chinese edition of Saviors of Kamigawa.
How multicultural.
Yeah. We got the Chinese language version of the Japanese set. Boy, this is going to make Paul getting the overlays up really challenging.
I was just thinking. I was like, so are we just going to have to just...
I have no idea. Well, we won't know what these cards are.
We did this once before where we were like, it's a sorcery, I think, for like 3 in a red, and it looks like this. And then he would sort of go looking for it.
See, because I don't even know this.
How about this? How about we look at the cards and then we pass them up to Paul? So...
Because we also don't know what they do.
Yeah.
It's the thing.
Like, this thing. It's a 6/4 green creature for 4 green.
It's
and
some text
on the card
and 5.
It has the number 5 in the rules text.
I think it's a creature.
It's a creature, definitely.
It is a common.
Yeah. What's up, Paul?
Collector's number.
Oh, that's a great idea.
139.
Yeah.
Is that how we did that before?
I don't know, but we should have.
The system will hopefully work.
Nice. Good thought,
I feel
Paul.
this is something like a Genju of the swamp, or like a mold or something like that.
Yeah, this looks like a fungus or
It's a big pile of
the
stuff.
fungus among us.
Yeah, that's the one.
All
What
right.
is it?
What do we got here, Paul?
We got a Night Soil Kami.
Ooh.
Ew.
So
Night soil is poo, guys.
So it's a creature spirit.
Yeah, it is a creature spirit. It is 2 green and 4 colorless. I guess you knew that one.
Yeah, for a 6/4.
Yeah, and he has Soul Shift 5.
Ah, Soul Shift.
That mechanic.
Right.
He or she or it. I actually don't know. It's a spirit, and it's a pile of poo spirits. So.
Yeah, and so when it dies, you get to return a spirit card from your graveyard with converted mana cost 5 or less to your hand?
Yes.
Huh.
To your hand.
Hand.
Okay.
So it's just a series of cards that have like bad disentomb attached.
Yeah,
to them.
like Soul Shift was a big mechanic in this set with all the spirits running around, and you could sort of like chain backwards your Soul Shifts. Although there were some cards that had Soul Shift of a number higher than they were, so you could sort of like level up a little bit.
Just value out.
But yeah, that seems okay. Paul, collector's number 89.
That guy looks mad.
This is
Black.
Yeah, it's a black card for 3 and a black.
I don't think it's a creature.
No, it's not. I was going to say this is going to be an enchantment aura because it wouldn't have a hyphen if it was an instant or sorcery.
Ooh.
It is a sorcery -arcane.
Oh, of course.
Gotcha.
Arcane spells
I forgot about Arcane.
in this set.
We don't speak Chinese.
Sink into Takanuma.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah,
So what does Sink into Takanuma do?
It has
Kill spell.
Sweep.
Oh my god, this mechanic was so bad.
Nobody ever remembers Sweep.
Oh, Sweep.
I don't think I've ever actually seen a Sweep card.
Kathleen's gonna go get a
glass of
She's
water.
gonna go get a glass of water so she stops coughing into the podcast.
She couldn't stand
All right,
sweep.
so sweep. So this is for 1 black and 3 colorless.
Yeah.
And sweep says return any number of swamps you control to their owner's hand. Target player discards a card for each swamp returned in this way.
Turns out sweep is an awful mechanic.
It's so bad.
So it's weird in that this card is that mechanic. Like, that's all this card does.
Yeah, if you don't return any swamps, this card does nothing. Right?
Yeah.
It does stone nothing.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, I presume sweep shows up on other cards, but I guess this is sort of like the prototypical sweep card.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, what could possibly be worth time walking yourself like 10 times? It's just, ugh.
It's like maybe, I don't know. I guess this seems like a constructed mechanic because in limited this would be just death for yourself, and I don't know if this did anything in constructed when it was actually like around. So this seems awful and bad and dumb.
I feel
it's
like
not random either.
Okay.
So.
No.
I feel like
Oh, they get to choose?
Yeah.
all right. No, this is terrible. But here's my magical dreamland best case scenario for this card.
Okay.
You are playing commander.
Okay.
You have a lot of extra lands because it's turn 1 trillion,
Okay.
as commander games tend to go. And somebody just, well, I mean, Grizzlebrand is banned, but somebody has just refilled their hand.
Or they're just like reanimated or like disentombed a bunch of stuff from their graveyard.
Yeah, and so it's in their hand, and then you,
And you're like,
Crack this.
You're like, whatever. I don't need these 4 swamps right now.
yeah, F you, right?
Just the
Like,
spell
there's
is,
definitely a corner case where this is
It's-
useful.
it's so much worse than like Mind Sludge, though.
No, I think I disagree with
Oh,
you,
it's still
Kathleen.
an F.
I think this is absolutely terrible.
But I feel that somebody at some point has gotten someone by doing that, and they're like, "Ha! I told you this was good," and they're wrong. But if at one point it was very helpful,
I would rather have the kami made of crap.
I would rather have another swamp.
All right, collector's number 17. This is a white creature. It is 1 and a white for a 2/1. So worst case scenario, you get a piker. This is the Kitsune Lore Weaver. So it's a fox.
All right. Kitsune Lore Weaver. It is a creature fox cleric.
Fox Celeric.
And as well as being a 2/1 for 2, it also has 1 and a white. And he can get +0/+X till end of turn, where X is the number of cards in your hand.
Interesting. So very conditional butt breathing.
I like big butts, and I am unable to tell falsehoods regarding the matter.
So if you're looking at this for like a limited card, it's a 2/1 for 2 in white. That's fine. You would totally play that. And then it gets this like random other upside. This card seems sweet.
Yeah, fine. I give it a C+.
I mean,
We've just been listening to the Limited Resources podcast, so Kathleen's jamming the LR grading system.
The trick is your opponent always knows how big it can get. Right?
Yeah,
like
that's
you
fine.
can't. You're not going to surprisingly
No, but you usually
get more hand.
You
cards in
usually
your hand.
can't. You know, like in a situation where it's just pay X and it gets this much, they can tell how big it's going to get
The thing
as well.
is, I don't want to leave the mana up to give this guy butt breathing on the block because I want to use my mana early game to.
Yeah, but later in the game, if you get this guy
How
later.
many cards do you have in your hand late in the game?
Oh, right.
Theoretically, if you've got like 3 cards in your hand, you could actually activate this twice.
Well, you know.
+0/+3.
The tech is
Or +0/+6.
you cast a card with sweep and you return all the lands to your hand.
So cash, and then you have no mana to activate him.
It's perfect.
Oh, I love it.
Number 115.
He looks like an Oni.
This is a red creature.
An
It is
ogre?
a 2/3 for 4 and a red.
Whoa! What does it do?
Well, it's got a lot of numbers on its rules text.
That better
This
have a
is
pretty
the
big upside.
Kenzan Spellblade.
Yeah. So it is a creature, ogre, samurai, shaman.
Wow.
Sweet.
That's a lot of
Sign
creature
me
types.
up.
So he's got Bushido 1.
All right.
Okay.
So that's when he blocks or becomes blocked, it gets +1/+1 till end of turn.
Okay, so he becomes a 3/4.
He's sort of like a 3/4. But
Yeah.
yeah. Is a weird mechanic.
Okay. No, I dig
Bushido
that.
is a mechanic that they actually would like to bring back, but they can't call it Bushido.
Yeah, I actually really like Bushido. Like I think that this like it's good. Like
It's like better Rampage.
it's one of those ones that
No, not Rampage. There's one that you just get flanking.
flanking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it looks bad on the card because it's like it's a 2/3 for 5, but then you get if it gets through, then you only do 2 damage. But if if it gets blocked, then it's a 3/4 on blocks or on attacks.
Does it also have fire
combat.
breathing?
It looks like it.
Except it actually has the same ability as the other guy. It has 1 and a red, and he gets plus X plus 0 till end of turn, where X is the number of cards in your hand.
That's still bad because, like, by the time you're casting a 5-drop, how many cards do you have in hand? 1? Maybe?
No, you got more than that, probably. I like this guy better.
The sweep tech.
having it in power is definitely better.
I mean,
So,
it's definitely better, but I still don't. I still think I'm overpaying for this.
And again, you
creature
can
with
activate it
Bushido.
more than once.
So the Kitsune Loreweaver is a 2/1 for 2, which is fine in its own. Ignore the fire breathing ability or the whatever ability of this guy. A 2/3 for 5 with Bushido is actually probably okay. Especially if you need ogres. There was that whole ogre demon synergy in this set.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna give this guy a C-.
Why are you ranking them all? We never do that.
Because I've just been listening to limited resources.
All right.
I don't
Fine.
like this card that much. I think I'm paying too much.
All right. Collector's number 50. This is. I'm going to say that this is an instant. It is 2 and a blue, and I feel like it counters. Unless they pay.
It looks like a really
1.
expensive force spike that has
It's Oppressive Will. What's it do?
Oppressive Will. It is 2 and 1. It is an instant. Counter target spell.
Yeah.
Unless its controller plays 1 colorless for each card in your hand.
Huh.
So
Okay, so that's a little better than
a
There's
big
definitely
cards
a
in your hand
sub-theme
theme.
of-
Yeah.
I guess
Cards
that
in
makes
your hand.
sweep better because you can put cards back in your hand.
Okay.
That's not an awful counterspell.
That actually
Yeah.
seems pretty okay.
Because I mean, there's a good chance that it's going to be that I'm going to have to pay like 2 or 3, and there's a good chance of you killing whatever they're going to do.
I feel you deploy this on turn 3 or 4.
Yeah,
despite
despite the
blows.
The last 3 cards caring about number of cards in your hand, I'm still gonna consider me on record that sweep is a terrible mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's bad.
More stuff made of poop.
Collector's number 130. This is a 3/3 green creature for 4 and a green, so a 3/3 for 5.
Awkward.
Which is not great on its own, but there is some rules text. So let's
It's
see
a
what that
Fiddlehead
is.
It's a
on the-
Kami because look,
Yes.
it's the same
Yeah.
character on
I
it.
know.
It's very
It's a Fiddlehead Kami.
Yeah.
very very West Coast.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the ferns.
The Fiddlehead Kami, it is a 3/3 for 4 and a green creature spirit. When you play a spirit or arcane spell, regenerate Fiddlehead Kami.
Huh.
Interesting.
So you're gonna want some either flash spirits or instant arcanes.
I don't think there were any flash spirits. I could be wrong. I don't think there were any flash spirits.
Right, of course, but regeneration is a shield though, so you could put it up before you go into combat.
Yeah, so you can play like the worst case scenario, I think, which is still fine, is you play a spirit play a spirit creature in your first main phase, and this guy has a regeneration shield that they know about.
So they
but
probably
I think
still block.
Best case scenario for the blowouts is that you attack with this guy and something else, and they block, and then you're able to like glacial ray one of their other blockers.
The sick combat tricks
to kill something, and then this guy has regenerate, so he doesn't.
There's a lot of arcane spells.
Oh yeah.
I feel this guy's really good, actually.
Yeah, if you get like an arcane combat trick.
His community rating is 1. He is He is rated lower than the
than the sink into Tekunuma.
Yeah, then bring all the things back in your
I'm
hand.
evaluating this in draft, though.
I mean, maybe he was still bad. We never drafted this format. Collector's number 47.
It's got that sick Rebecca Guay art, though.
Yeah, this is a blue spell, and it looks like it's arcane as well. Let me compare it to. Yes, it is. This is going to be an instant arcane. I'm comparing characters to the other stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
2 and a blue for Murmurs from Beyond. What does that do?
So this is going to be reveal the top 3 cards of your library.
Okay.
An opponent chooses one,
Oh,
and you put that card into your graveyard and the other 2 into your hand.
Oh,
that's actually not too bad.
That's good. And if you're got some like splice into arcane stuff, you could get a little bit of incidental benefit off.
It's like this
too.
wacky divination.
it's like you know how like Gifts Ungiven, right? Is like Christmas morning, right? There's all these.
That's not how I would describe that card. But go on.
No. Like I'm talking about the gifts, right? It's like you've given like you're getting all these amazing gifts, whereas this is like the thing that someone felt they had to buy you because everyone was doing an office Secret Santa, right? It's like it's a similar effect, but totally incomparably bad.
Yeah,
but it's interesting.
It still draws you 2 cards.
Yeah, I think that's kind of neat.
Yeah, I mean the fact that you get like they choose one card to go into your graveyard, but then you get the other two, is pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're going to take the best one, but it's like, well, I mean,
Well,
there's
but there's
two
plenty of
slightly
ways to
bad
get
cards.
spirits back into your hand from your graveyard.
yeah.
So maybe they don't.
It doesn't seem like the worst.
It seems like if you need to draw cards, maybe that's okay.
Whoa, what is this? Collector's number 127.
It's a tree.
It's a tree. It's not a creature. It's 4 and a green, and it doesn't look like it's an instant. It could be it is a sorcery for 4 and a
sorcery.
green. It is Dosanjh's oldest chant.
Yeah. It is a really old chant. So it's 4 and a green. Gain 6 life, draw a card.
Blah.
Really?
Put
It's
that
really
one right in the
old.
shredder.
For 5? I mean, I like that you get to draw a card with it, but that's not...
That's awful.
no.
I'm putting this over to the side.
Oh, man.
Ew, that guy looks gross.
This
I
guy
don't
looks
like him.
sweet. So, collector's number 70. He is a 1/1 for a single black. Assuredly, the word Nezumi is in his name because he is a rat. I guess... Oh, he's not. Okay, he's the Gnat Miser with a G. Gnat Miser.
Gnat
And what
Miser.
does this
Just like,
1/1
I
for
want
1
all
do?
the
Rat
gnats.
warrior?
So it is a rat shaman.
Oh, shaman.
Each opponent's maximum hand size is reduced by 1.
Ha! Now you're... all the things that care about the hand size are slightly indiscriminately
Yeah.
worse.
Because
is
screw
also
you,
bad.
Library of Alexandria. Deal with it.
You're only going to be able to bring 6 swamps back into your hand with
Come
sweep.
on, that card.
Otherwise, you're going to have to start discarding swamps.
so bad.
Oh. I think I recognize this guy from when we did a Kamigawa draft on Magic Online. I think he's pretty okay. Collector's number 2. He is a 1/1 flyer for 1 and a white. It is the Arava Moth Rider. And what does the Arava Moth Rider do?
He's got flying and Bushido 1.
Yes.
That actually seems pretty
that seems
good.
fine, yeah.
So he's a 1/1 flyer, but on attacks or blocks, or in creature combat, he's a 2/2 flyer. So
Yeah, 2/2 flyer for 2 is great.
yeah, well, I mean, a 2/2 flyer you prefer because you're actually getting in for 2. Whereas
Yeah.
you're like, well, I can't block it because it's flying. You're only getting in for 1, but it's not. It's
also
not
a
the
flyer.
worst. It's not the worst.
It's not
Oh, this
fine.
thing.
What is that?
This is the ritual. It's collector's number 105.
So it's a sorcery?
Yes, it is 3 and a red for inner fire. And what does inner fire do?
Add 1 red to your mana pool. Can you guess?
For each card in your hand?
Yeah, that's right.
I wonder why this never saw play in the modern Storm deck.
I can't imagine why.
I'm just going to move right along. I don't recognize his characters.
It's a brain.
This might be an enchantment. Collector's number 51. 4 blue for an uncommon.
With a floating brain.
It is overwhelming intellect. What does this do?
It is an instant.
Oh, I misread the characters.
Yeah, so 4 and 2 blue.
6 mana instant.
Okay,
Counter target spell.
go on.
Draw cards equal to that spell's converted mana cost.
Oh,
Wow.
that may be actually pretty good.
Flavor text. My brain hurts.
Really?
Okay, I like this. This is like your late game,
Flavor text
death
Monty
blow.
Python quote.
My brain hurts.
It's a pretty, that could be a pretty good blowout.
I mean, if you're going to spend 6 mana on a counterspell,
Yeah, well,
that seems awesome.
well, you're using, you're countering their 6-drop or maybe even 5-drop that's going to win them the game. And you're just like, haha, deal with it.
If you get, I'm going to say even a 4 mana spell countered by this, like late enough in the game, you're getting a 4 mana
5
spell
for ones.
countered by this, you're not winning that game.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if people actually ran this. I would seriously debate it.
It seems good.
All right, next up,
It seems like
collector's
it's got enough of an upside.
collector's number 134. It's a 4/4 for 4 in green. Everybody,
Oh, I like it.
Everybody likes that. It's a 4/4 for 3
let's-
and a green.
Let's wait and see.
And I'm going to guess it's a spirit because it looks like it's some
It's got
sort
the
of...
kami
it's like
character on the end.
Yeah, it's like a tree kami or whatever. In fact, it is the kami of the tended garden.
Okay.
And what does the kami of the tended garden do?
Not so good.
Oh.
All right. It's got Soul Shift 3
All right,
for 1.
fine.
So you're going to get something worse than it back.
Yeah.
But still, it's hey, it's a 4/4 for 4 with some sort of marginal upside.
Yeah.
Except at the beginning of your upkeep,
No.
sacrifice unless you pay 1 green.
Oh,
So it's
what?
got I don't know why. I
Upkeep?
It's got cumulative upkeep?
No,
No,
not
not
cumulative.
cumulative.
It's just like a static
It's
upkeep.
got upkeep 1. I didn't realize they couldn't just say upkeep 1 anymore, but apparently they can't.
Huh.
So it is just at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Tented Garden unless you pay 1 green.
But
Okay, it's better than
But-
having a cumulative
but-
upkeep.
you're getting a 4/4 for 4. I think, judging by the other cards we've seen, that's actually really good.
And I mean, the trick is you don't pay it and you get a
soul shift
soul
trigger.
shift.
Yeah, so you can trigger the
Okay.
soul shift whenever you want. All right. Collector's number 82. This is 3 and a black for a sorcery. No?
enchantment.
For an enchantment. There it is. We got there. 3 and a black for Measure of Wickedness.
Oh, I like this.
All right,
I like
this
the
is
name of this card.
This
I
is
like
an
the art.
enchantment.
Yeah.
At the end of your turn, sacrifice it. At the end of your turn, sacrifice Measure of Wickedness, and you lose 8 life.
I don't want to play that card.
Whenever another card is put into a graveyard from anywhere, target opponent gains control of Measure of Wickedness. So it's basically it's a hot potato. It's a hot potato.
Okay.
It just goes back.
So you want to play it, make them discard or kill one of their creatures, and then they
So
get
it's
it.
as long
No,
as
a card goes into a graveyard from anywhere.
So as
then the
long as you
opponent
can
gets it.
keep either playing cards or killing things, you don't get stuck with it.
So you play it, and then either you force them to make a bad block.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, or you kill a creature, or you sacrifice one of your creatures, or you discard something. It's any card goes into a graveyard from anywhere, and your opponent gets it, and then you're like, yeah, and pass turn.
Dome you for 8.
Wait, is it the end of your turn?
At the end of your turn,
Oh.
sacrifice Measure of Wickedness.
So it just goes back and forth, and people are flailing away.
Yeah, so it's a little bit like the
It is a hot potato.
it's a little bit like the werewolf mechanic from Innistrad, right? It's
Oh,
just
man.
everybody has to do something every turn. Either cast a spell or make a change to the board every turn, or else you're gonna have to take 8 life.
Oh, I don't.
It's got a high
Seems
rating
risky.
in the community rating, actually.
Okay, so hold on.
I think that's really interesting.
I mean, it's certainly interesting. I'm trying to wrap my head around how I play with this in the correct manner.
You probably don't.
So I have this enchantment,
Yeah.
and unless
You have to play it and have a card go into a graveyard from somewhere that turn, or you get stuck with it. So you have to have a plan.
yeah, you have to.
And you can't.
I'm worried
It
because-
has to be on the table when that happens. So you can't like kill something and then second main be like, okay, sweet, now I can play
Okay,
this.
but it's just a card going into a graveyard. So if you had like any kind of like instant,
We got that sweet sweep discard spell.
oh no, but like
That's
anything,
only 8
right?
mana for that turn,
Well, no, but like
I'm
there's got to
just-
be like a 1 mana instant card you can play,
probably.
right?
Yeah.
Or removal. Although we haven't opened any removal so far, so
Sweet combo from the comments. Leyline of the Void, which makes it so no cards go into their graveyard. So as soon as they get it, they can't get rid of it.
So you play this, give it to them, and then play Leyline.
Yeah,
Alright.
or play Leyline at any point, because Leyline is opponent.
Awkward.
So I wonder if what happens if you play this and then you just attack with all your guys and it's not lethal, so they just go, I don't block, or they make blocks where nothing dies, and then you just get domed for 8.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Seems sketchy.
Yeah,
Like-
you got to have something on your turn. You when you play this, you definitely want to have some way to get out of it.
I feel this card is excellent and constructed when you can like sort of carefully craft the states where you have and you can maximize the utility of a card like this and terrible.
I mean,
in
I'm gonna
draft.
say when you say excellent and constructed, I'm gonna point to the title card of this podcast, which is Casual Discussions of Casual Magic,
yeah.
because I doubt this was played in
No.
any
No,
competitive
but
level.
I feel like this could be a sick combo in somebody's commander
Oh,
deck.
this is garbage and limited. Yes,
Yeah. It's
it
like
might just be garbage.
No, I think
it's-
I think there's definitely ways to exploit this.
Hmm.
If you like doing like ridiculous combos,
Oh yeah,
it
then
really
this card is
reminds me.
perfect
someone
for
figure
you.
out a good way to make this thing work.
Yeah, it really reminds me of the Illusions of Grandeur donate combo that was a deck for a while.
Yeah.
It's an enchantment. It comes into play. You gain 20 life, and then if you don't pay its upkeep, you lose 20 life. So you play that. You go up to 20. Like you go up 20,
Mm-hmm.
then cast donate, and you give it to your opponent,
Yeah.
and they can't pay, and they don't get the life, and they just get domed for 20.
That's amazing.
It's pretty silly.
I love that.
Yeah, cards like that are.
Yeah, that used to be a deck.
And our
So-
rare.
Oh,
Oh,
what is it?
I don't know what it is.
It looks like some poops.
Is it
Collector's
hold
number
on.
146.
It's not an enchantment.
No.
Oh, it is.
Oh,
It is.
yeah, it's an enchantment for 2 green.
It looks like it makes tokens.
Seed the land.
Mm-hmm.
What does it do?
It's actually not
Does
bad.
it make snake tokens?
Yeah.
Oh.
For 2 and 2 green, whenever a land comes into play, its controller puts a 1/1 green snake creature into play.
What? Just landfall
Is it
you
everybody?
a snake?
Yeah, but it's everybody.
Sweet. Oh.
Oh. Why could it not just be you?
Everybody gets a snake.
Well, pretty good with fastball and its Snaplands.
Except,
Yeah.
and if you were, say, James.
Or Fetchlands, as everyone outside of this town calls them.
But if you were playing,
got harsh.
if you were, say, like James playing his Snake Commander deck,
All his snakes are
all
better.
his snakes would be way better than all your snakes.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like he doesn't care if you get 1/1 snakes because he gets like 3/3 snakes.
Yeah.
I got harsh downvoted on the Magic subreddit once for that. Well, they were talking about all the different nicknames for all the different kinds of land.
And you said
like
Snapland.
the pain lands, or the filter lands, or the
Rav
storage
Duels.
lands, or whatever, or the shock lands. Yeah, and they were talking about the fetch lands, which are the ones that the first cycle was in Odyssey. And the second cycle was in Zendikar, where it's you tap it and you pay 1 life and you sacrifice it, and then you go get a land. And I was like, all I said was, "Oh, fetch lands, interesting. Here in Victoria, we all call them snap lands." And people were like, "No, it's wrong."
Wow.
You're like,
Now, to be fair, nobody can explain to me why we call them that. I mean, it's like because you just snap it off. You just snap it. It's a snap land. You just snap into the land, and you go getting another land. But everyone else everywhere in the world calls them fetch lands, and I don't know why we're different and special and unique snowflakes here in Victoria, Canada.
We are the greatest.
But you know what we like doing is going to pre-releases. That's what we like doing here in Victoria.
I feel that is not unique to Victoria.
No, it's not. But we had the M15 pre-release last weekend, and it was a fun time. I did the worst I've done
Damn.
at a pre-release since Mirrodin Besieged, when I left early to go and watch the Royal Rumble. So, yeah. I went 1 and 4. I went the old Horn Turtle.
Turtle?
Yeah, it was bad. It was...
Was that as bad as Cam did?
yeah, Cam and I both did
Ugh.
equally bad. James and Adam both did 3-2, which is like fine. Adam usually does much better than that, actually. But I still had fun. My it's always hard to say this without sounding like you're trying to blame variance. I had very bad draws all day long. My deck was fine. I actually think my deck was pretty okay. But I spent the day facing better decks and good opponents and drawing very poorly. So like I think my play was fine, but
So what you're saying is garbage day.
garbage day. So I picked green because everyone was trying to metagame the thing. This was not the easiest like windmill slam decision like the Journey into Nyx thing where you get where white gets Dawnguard Charioteers and everyone picks white. I think the best promo was probably Black's promo with the what was it, the Tormentor, what's it called? I actually don't remember what it's called.
It's the demon,
yeah,
5/3 demon.
5/3 demon for 3 black, flying, of course. And at the beginning of your upkeep, your opponent sacks a creature or loses 3 life.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Anyway, for 5, when all the other ones were very, very strong, it's something Tormentor, I think.
Yeah, no. During your upkeep, they sack a creature or lose 3 life, or you draw a card.
Indulgent Tormentor. There we
That's the
go.
one.
Is that correct? What does it do, Paul?
I think that's how it works.
It is 3 and 2 black for a 5/3
Yeah,
flying. At
the-
the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card unless opponent sacrifices a creature or pays 3 life.
Right. Okay. So yeah. So that guy was definitely the best promo, but I think people were like, "Yeah, but the rest of black is like maybe
Black
not as good of a
Doesn't seem
color."
as strong as it has been in previous years.
The red dragon seemed pretty sweet, especially if you could do like Adam did, which was use the generator servant to power it out on turn 5 and give it haste. Actually, you know, I'm going to talk about that real quick. Generator Servant. It's a 2/1 for 3.
Is it?
For
Yeah.
2. Sorry. It's a piker. It's a 2/1 for 2.
Real good.
And you tap and sack it to add 2 mana to your mana pool. And you can, if you use that mana on a creature, the creature gains haste. So the big red dragon, the like siege whatever, it's a big terrifying siegey dragon. You get Generator Servant out in your first couple turns, and on turn 5, you tap it, sack it, play this 7-drop, who's a 5/5 dragon that hits them and hurts all their creatures on turn 5. That's a big game, and is a large game. Also, Generator Servant in general just proved to be a very, very good utility creature in Seal.
Because you don't have to use the mana on creatures.
No, you don't.
Can use it
It's
for anything.
really good.
And here's the cool thing: you get 2 mana if you use the mana on creatures. The creature gets haste. If you wanted, you could indeed spend it on 2 separate creatures, and they would both get haste. Now, it's only colorless mana, so you know.
But
yeah,
Still.
oh yeah. So that's fun.
Ooh.
Generator Servant was pretty sweet.
That's
So
picante.
because all the promos were a little more sort of like fairly even, I just decided, you know what, I like green. I think the Phyto Titan is sweet. I like imagining, like I did with Phyto Burst, that his name is actually spelled Fighto Titan. Like, come and see the amazing Phyto Titan. And so I picked green. Ended up in green black because I didn't have very many creatures.
But
in my
nothing
pool.
beats rock.
My options were either like green blue with a bunch of early like counter spells and coral barriers, and then the Soul of Ravnica on turn 6, which is good. I'm not going to say that wasn't good, but everyone thought, after the fact, everybody felt that my decision to go green black with all the removal I had was really good, because I had Ulcerate, Stab Wound, 2 Flesh to Dust, which is an instant, by the way. Don't forget that it's an instant, and a couple other pieces of incidental removal. And I thought my deck was fine. Also, honestly, what I'm most disappointed about is over the course of the whole day, I opened Phyto Titan, and the rare from my green seeded booster was Life's Legacy, which is the one where you sack a creature and you draw cards equal to that creature's power. Mm-hmm. And if you cast Life's Legacy on Phyto Titan, you draw 7 cards, and then you get Phyto Titan back next turn. I didn't get to do it.
Oh.
That's all I wanted to do the whole day. And I never got there.
Womp womp.
My deck was very weak to light, as it turns out.
To light?
Devouring Light, Pillar of Light. The white deck in general. The white card, I can't remember the name of it for the life of me, but it's a 2/2 with Vigilance that gets +2/+2 if an opponent controls a card in exile.
What?
Yeah, it's really weird. And so I was like, all right, attack with my Charging Rhino. And my opponent goes, all right, Pillar of Light, exile your Charging Rhino. And I'm like, all right, fine. And then he just goes, okay, cool, play this 4/4 with Vigilance. And I'm like, what?
No.
Yeah, it was really, really good. So,
May I ask you a few questions about the format now that you've got to experience it a bit?
please. And actually, briefly before you do that, I want to talk real quick about the game where I got absolutely dream crushed the most, which was against, I want to say he was 11 or 12 and a fan. So if you're watching, what's up? Dauntless River Marshal on turn 2, both games, which is the 2/1 for 2, but gets +1/+1 if you control an island.
Yeah.
So it's a 3/2 for 2.
Very good.
On turn 2, both games. Let me describe how this game went. Dauntless River Marshal, and I'm like, okay. Well, I'll play a Runeclaw Bear because I can actually trade for that. Next turn, he plays Kinsbane Skirmisher, giving the Dauntless River Marshal +1/+1 for the turn. So now it's a 4/3, so attacks. And I'm like, okay, I guess I can't block, so I don't block. The next turn, and I don't get another creature out. So next turn, he just goes, oh, well, in that case, play a 4th land, use Dauntless River Marshal's ability to tap your 1 blocker, and swing for 5. And I'm like, oh, this game is going very badly. And Dauntless River Marshal is very, very strong. It got to the point like I had to make some bad trades. I had sort of stabilized, and then he cast the white Reanimate spell, which is an X spell that reanimates from graveyard to the battlefield X number of creatures with converted mana cost 2 or less. He brought back Dauntless River Marshal
Oh no.
and the Kinsbane Skirmisher,
Oh no.
pumping his lifelink Pegasus. Then he cast Peel from Reality on one of my blockers and his Kinsbane Skirmisher, and then replayed the Kinsbane Skirmisher, targeting the Pegasus again, and hitting me for 3 in the air with lifelink. I lose 3, he gains 3, and he's got all his creatures back, and I'm just like,
The nuts.
I can't. I
Did you give him a TTC?
No, but I shook his hand and thanked him for the games.
The nuttiest high.
Oh, well, good job.
Yeah, no kidding.
Good job, kid.
All right, what you got?
Dreams accurately crushed.
Yeah.
All right, so in your experience...
Oh, there's the guy. There's the Vigilance guy. What's that guy called, Paul?
He's the Warden of the Beyond.
Oh, of course he is. And he's 4 mana?
He is 3 mana.
3. Whoa!
He
So
is 2 and 1 white for 2/2 Vigilance. He gets +2/+2 as long as an opponent owns a card in exile.
2/2 Vigilance for 3 is fine.
Yeah, that's already fine.
And then it just gets better. Oh, no.
Okay, so I was going to say, from my reactions on the set, it seems like blue and white are very strong.
They are.
And red is good, but it looks
Yep.
like green and black have taken a hit. And real life, how is that?
Well, I didn't have as many creatures as I really wanted to have in green. I don't know. Like, the creatures that I had seemed fine, but they were just sort of like big dorks.
I mean, that's kind of green's thing, though.
Yeah, but like the, Runeclaw Bear, always love a bear. Charging Rhino was cool, I guess. Siege Worm was neat. Siege Worm is a 5/5 with trample for 7.
Does Charging Rhino have trample?
No, but Charging Rhino can only be blocked by 1 creature.
Okay, I feel like charging should be the
I know, right?
subword for trample. It's Charging Badger.
Well, there's Crashing Rhino.
Charge your little
That one has
badger.
trample. But the Siege Worm is a 5/5 trample with Convoke for 7. So if you can like power out a Siege Worm, but I did, and I tell you, it wasn't enough. Right? There was like
Didn't get there.
Flesh to Dust, Encrust, Bounce, Pillar of Light. I was just
Okay,
like,
I have another question
like,
for you.
What I'm saying is, green's best creatures are big and beefy.
But there's lots of solutions?
And by the time you spend all the mana getting into a big and beefy creature, someone's going to have an answer to it. In Sealed, anyway, was the experience on this day where I went 1 and 4, so maybe not the best sample size.
Okay, but here's another question. How, like, obviously Sealed's a little slower, but how
Yep.
does Convoke... Do you find that the upside of the creature getting sooner works worth the tapping, or is it not as efficient as you'd think it would be?
No, it does. I think like getting the Siege Worm out, like the 5/5 out on turn 5. I think I managed it on turn 4 one game, and it still got killed. But when I was like tap these 4 land and these 3 dudes, and then here's a 5/5. That's good. Like my opponent did go ooh when I did it, right? Which is because it's big and scary, and
That's what you want.
Yeah. So no, I think it's worthwhile. I ended up not running Overwhelm in the deck because there's not. So Overwhelm was printed originally in Ravnica block.
That's like
which is where,
Overrun, but it's got Convoke, right?
yeah, except the creatures don't get trample, but it's still very strong. It's 7 mana. All your creatures get +3/+3 till end of turn, and it has Convoke. But the thing is, in original Ravnica, there was all these tokens. There was lots of Saprolings, lots of little things in Selesnya.
Yeah, so you
Convoke
tap
was,
all those stupid things that you don't care about, and then you make your actual creatures +3/+3.
yeah, well, because Convoke was I was getting to that, but because Convoke was the Selesnya mechanic originally. That is not the case in M15, and so if you're spending this on 7 mana at 7 mana, and maybe it's going to win you the game, but it's still 7 mana, and if you're convoking it, then all your creatures are tapped, and it's like, all right, I tapped these 3 creatures to cast this on these 2 creatures, and now they're big, and I guess I attack you, and now all my creatures are tapped.
Because it's like a sorcery too, right?
Yeah, so I ended up not running that.
Yeah, no, that seems bad. Okay, so here's my follow-up question. I only had like four that I thought of.
Okay.
Sorry to interrogate you.
Yeah.
I'm practicing my interview skills.
No kidding.
That's my original job, was journalist, and I don't want to fall out of practice. But
What you got?
speaking of 7 mana,
Yeah.
even with the Convoke, what's the speed of the format like? Are you getting to 7 mana? Like, I realize this is sealed, and
I
it's
haven't
slower.
drafted yet. But
But it seems like it's faster than M14.
oh, definitely. M14 was a grind fest, but it was fun.
love that,
It was
though.
a super fun.
So slow,
it was
so
a fun grind fest. M15 is, I would say, a reasonable speed. Except when it's not. Like I know that that's a dumb answer, but like it's not as slow as M15
or M14.
Sorry, M14.
Okay.
I'd say
few things are.
Yeah, I'd say it's still slow, except when you're getting absolutely rolled.
Okay, so what colors are absolutely rolling you?
White and red, like usual.
Okay.
Although blue is very aggressive in this format.
I know. I'm so
like
excited.
The tempo that blue is able to get from stuff like Peel from Reality and Frost Links and like just tapping and bouncing and sneaking on through. Like it's
kind
actually
of aggressive creatures.
It's very aggressive blue. Yeah.
It's my favorite style of blue, honestly. So
yeah.
I'm actually
blue
really happy.
tempo.
So it definitely can be really fast, and if you can be the fast aggressive deck, you probably should. Because a deck like mine that wants to cast 5 mana removal spells and 7 mana creatures can't step to it.
Okay, interesting.
It's like I'll be at 10 life before I get to do anything relevant.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yep. Oh, the Paragons are sweet, by the way.
Also,
White has this whole insane token sub theme with Raise the Alarm and Triplicate Spirits and the White Paragon that buffs all the white creatures.
Maybe green-white would be because then you could have.
I would have liked to have run green white, but I had literal 4 creatures in white, and it was 3 Kinsbane Skirmishers and a Selfless Cathar, and they're all fine. But
it's not.
I didn't have a Raise the Alarm. I didn't have Triplicate Spirits. I didn't have any of the white token makers.
Did you have any like the white removal?
I had 1 Pillar of Light.
Okay, yeah. So your white pool was not supporting it, but maybe green white, so you could do that.
I would love to run green white in this format, but I certainly was not able to do that at the pre-release.
Okay, so.
Welp.
All right. Well, so learnings.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed it. It was fun. It didn't put me off the set and how badly I did. Like, I cannot wait to draft this format. I honestly think this is going to be a lot of fun, but that was a bad day. What have you been up to?
I have been playing Duels 2015.
Or Magic 2015, as it's sometimes called, depending on the platform on which you have purchased it.
Yeah, so I ended up missing the pre-release because I was going to visit some friends in Vancouver. I know, so irresponsible. But also I wasn't going to miss the World Cup finals. If you follow me on Twitter, you could see a picture.
Oh, we didn't miss them.
Very happy friend Steph.
We didn't miss them. The bar in the hotel where the pre-release was taking place was quite vocal. We did not miss the final.
Oh, this is completely unrelated to Magic, but we were having brunch in Vancouver at a really good place called 8.5 that was really cheap. My whole meal was $10 with tax. But they have, of course, had the game going because it started at noon. And I was cheering for Germany because I have some German friends, and the rest of the bar, or the restaurant we were eating at, was cheering for Argentina. So when that goal went in for Argentina and then was disallowed, I was like, no! And I was the only person in the bar who was upset. And then it was disallowed, and I was like, yeah! And I was the only person in the bar who was happy, and I was like, rrr. So there you go. Sports! Awkward. But because I couldn't do the pre-release, I've been playing Duels 2015, which is perfect. It's $10, like they always are. But as you have no doubt heard, they have changed it a little bit, and it is more than it has been in previous years. Now, here's the deal. You do the first plane, and then you have to pay $10 to unlock the game.
Which is the same as it was before.
Did you have to pay $3 to unlock the last plane?
No.
Yeah, that's new. Yeah. So it's actually a $13 game.
Yeah.
And then you can also buy premium boosters, which are cards you can only get in premium boosters for $2 each. And I feel that if I wanted to play the multiplayer, that would be how.
If you want everything in the game. If you unlock everything in the game, it's a total of like $34.
Yeah, I don't care that much. But if I also, like you could also do like online multiplayer. But I feel that if I'm not paying for the premium boosters, like I haven't tried it yet, but I feel that there is absolutely no way for me to win in online multiplayer unless I'm paying for premium boosters. Which I'm not super interested in playing online multiplayer anyhow because I don't like the Duels format is like, I don't know, it doesn't run amazingly on my iPad, which I guess is a couple years old. But
what's the special format this time?
The special? What do you mean the special format?
Well, previously there was like Plane Chase or Two-Headed Giant or Arch Enemy, I think, even in one of the earlier ones. I could be wrong.
I don't know if there is one. What do you mean a special format? Like you could
Sealed. There was Sealed last year. Like
I think you just build your decks this year.
Okay, I know that they'd actually really fleshed out the deck building
I feel that's what
mechanic better than they had done previously. Have you enjoyed the deck building so far, or?
Well, okay, I'm getting to that.
All
right. So if you don't want to pay for boosters, and this is something that they do not make clear in the game, and I actually looked up online to see what people were talking about grinding for extra boosters. If you go to your plane and you just go to the first encounter and it just says like explore, like Innistrad or Ravnica or Theros, you can fight a bunch of encounters and get extra boosters from that. The game does not tell you that. I think perhaps the game wants you to buy premium boosters, because here's the deal. So you start the game and it's like, what kind of deck do you want? And I'm like, let's go green-blue. Green-blue I like as a combo, and it's a little different.
So you get to pick at the beginning.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice, because previously you got 2 options of like Garrick's deck or Chandra's deck, and then you had to like painstakingly unlock a bunch of other bullshit.
Yeah, and then if you wanted to, like, it was like an M14. Like, you, like, pick your deck, and then as you progress the campaign, you painfully and slowly unlock it. And then...
To make that deck better, then you have to play that deck through the whole campaign.
Yeah, exactly. And it was a lot of grinding.
All right.
Now, here's how they do it this time. You're like, all right, so you pick a deck, and that's your starter deck. You cannot go back and change to any other starter deck.
Okay.
So you're locked in for a while.
At least you got to pick. I like that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Now, the problem is sometimes your deck will not be a good matchup for some of the things that are happening. Like right now, I'm stuck on, I think I'm on Chandelar, and yeah, it's the
Chandelar.
It's the soldier deck, which is incredibly fast and synergistic, and my sort of green-blue deck is not quite fast enough. Like, turn 4, I'm really starting to cook off, but I'm not cooking off on turn 2, like this deck is. At least a couple times I've played it. I mean, there's variants, but, So I'm like, oh, I need a faster deck. Maybe I could do a red-white deck. No, card pool doesn't really support a good red-white deck now, because I just don't have enough. Like, it's like scrape at the bottom of the barrel. So I have to go back and grind for a bunch to see if I can either improve my green-blue deck or make a different deck from what I can get randomly. Now, the issue here being that...
Sounds kind of like an RPG.
The cards that you open in your booster are, of course, random, and pretty much every Ravnica booster I opened was just garbage for me.
Oh, no.
Like, I have a couple Cloudfin Raptors, and I have, like, opened some Battering Crasises, but I didn't get any of the, like, the Simic 2-color creatures or anything like that. The first booster I opened, obviously because they're doing this because it would be helpful for me, 4 Simic Guild Gates. And I'm like, oh.
In one booster?
In one booster.
What?
Yeah, clearly because they're like, here's all you're fixing at once. But it's like, I don't even freaking want 4 of these. I'd be happy with 2.
So, I like that it's playing, it sounds like it's playing sort of like a sealed league, like you would play at your local game store, where it's like you do a number of games and you get another booster to add and sort of flesh it out. But it sounds like it's not working quite like that.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, it essentially does that, but the issue being I feel that this is where a lot of the frustration is going to come in for people who are playing this game. If your deck that you have chosen randomly at the beginning because you happen to like the colors, such as I did, is not a good matchup for one of the encounter decks. Like, I had a lot of trouble beating Jace because his deck was really fast and my deck was quite slow, so I had to build a new version of my deck that was basically like, all right, take out all the 5 drops, put in all, like, the 2 drops, basically, to try and speed it up and try to get through that encounter. If your deck is just not well matched for that encounter, because sometimes you're just not, right? There is fuck all you can do about it unless you go back and grind through a lot of boosters, or maybe you have been lucky and you can put together a different deck.
So I know that you've only been playing... I have some questions for you now. I know you've only been playing for a couple days.
I mean, it's fun. It runs better than M14, which crashed a lot.
That's true. But there's been some...
At least on iPad.
Some notable absences that people have mentioned that they're annoyed that were... There are features that were in the Magic 2014 that aren't in Magic 2015. I wanted to ask if you've encountered them. One, the mana tapping options. It's now just back to it taps automatically. You
can scroll through, right? You can be like, tap a card and it'll show you some different options, and then you can tap a card and to get a different option for mana, and then you can drag it up and play it. But if you're not paying attention, you can fuck yourself very easily.
Okay, so that's better than it was
in M13.
a couple ones ago, where it just you had no choice.
And it was like, bah.
Okay.
But the AI tends to default to, okay, I'll tap all of my mana of one color, which is really irritating. So you have to pay attention. And if you're like slightly distracted, you can F yourself.
Okay.
Stopping to do tricksy things with instance can be a little annoying. I have like rage restarted a batch because I was like, all right, now I want to cast my Titanic Growth. Stop the timer. Stop. No, stop.
Stop. Speaking of stop hitting the table.
Well, that was me.
No,
Now, I feel that might be a little bit like
I really felt that. I really felt the anger.
Yeah, I was angry. But like, I feel that some of that is my iPad. I have, for those of you wondering, I am playing on iPad. I have a first generation iPad Mini. It's only a couple years old. It really shouldn't be struggling this much on the game, honestly. I've turned off the combat animations. I feel like the game might just be a resource hog.
What about the challenge modes? That's the other thing that people said.
They're gone.
That they missed. Oh, they're just gone?
Unless they're somewhere else in the menu system.
Okay, they are actually just gone, says Paul. So, because in 2013 they were like super difficult, like ultra challenging things, and then in 2014 they were more just sort of like a puzzly thing, like they're going to resolve Apex Hawks against you turn after turn after turn, and you have to sort of battle past it. And it was like different but interesting. And then they're just gone.
I always liked them, but
I liked them too.
100% on them. I was like, I'll play these if I'm bored.
Okay.
But I wasn't like super into them like other people were. But I understand that a lot of people really enjoyed them.
So I want you to weigh in on Magic 2015. A, in a vacuum for people who haven't played Magic before, as like a game to pick up and maybe learn about the game, and then B, as a fan of Magic 2014, comparing it to last year's edition.
Okay. Because I used to work at an app thing, I have to say whatever back-end improvements they made to the running of the game, I have to say like 2015 physically runs better, despite the fact that I'm complaining about like slowdown and it's a bit of a resource hog. 2014 was very slow sometimes and would crash frequently.
And we're talking about iOS here. We've only we have not played it on like Xbox
Android
or Steam.
But just so you know, on iOS, and I feel a lot of these people are playing on iPad. 2014 was god awful, and it was like struggling past it. Like you're doing really well in a match, just crashes.
So that's better.
Big thumbs up for 2015, comparatively there.
But what about the rest of the game?
I mean, it's fine as an intro. I think it is like...
I've seen a lot of people online be pretty disappointed about it compared to 2014.
I feel that 2014 was better. Like, I like the fact that you don't have to slowly and painfully unlock your decks. But you always had the option in 2014 just be like, no, just give me this deck, let me pay $3 for it.
Right.
Right, I want this deck.
But you could grind it out if you wanted to.
Exactly.
But now there's certain cards you could only get if you pay.
Yes. And you cannot build any other deck unless you grind it out. Because the issue is that you can't pay to unlock extra beginner starter decks as far as I can tell in the store, because I looked. I would pay a couple bucks for that just to give me another option and try to like spice it up with the cards I have.
I would rather they do that, in fact.
And the premium boosters, even if you buy one, there's no guarantee of what you're going to get in there. So it's like a $2 like gamble, which is fine if I'm playing paper Magic and, I'm going to use these cards and stuff like that.
I'd even be okay with that in Magic Online because it actually sort of exists as a thing. But Magic 2015,
where I'm just paying $2 for a bunch of digital objects.
This never leaves your iPad.
Yeah, exactly. Like that, I have a little bit of annoyance with the collecting thing. I think that they may have pushed the microtransactions too far in this. I feel like if you go back, take out the premium boosters, just give me the option to unlock decks. That's fine.
What's up, Alex?
I was going to say, speaking of paper Magic, have you guys talked about the new card frames?
No.
Oh, no. That's a good point.
Do you want to grab a couple of the rares, Kathleen, just to look at?
Yeah.
Because there's a bunch of changes that they made, not just like to the frame, but...
Well, we can actually just have Paul
All right.
Well, there you go.
pop one up on screen. But let's just quickly finish up with
Magic
2015. So,
if you've never played Magic before...
Do you recommend it for people who've never played it, and do you recommend it for people who liked 2014?
I mean...
as separate recommendations.
Here's the thing. I don't... All right, here's my reasoning here. If you've never played Magic before, it is, as always, an excellent intro to the game and
This is
mechanics.
It's always what we tell people.
You get to crack booster packs, which is actually really fun. I like that. I think that is a fun and good addition to the game, right? And it rewards grinding other than, yay, you've beat this person again, so now you get 2 more cards in your deck, one of which is probably a piece of shit you weren't going to put in there anyhow, right? I prefer the booster pack to that. But I feel that there's way too much of a play to win, and I haven't played the online multiplayer yet, but I'm not going to because I know there's going to be somebody who's paid $35 to unlock the whole game, and I don't want to do that, so what's the point? Right? Like, I don't like that. It has a whiff of pay to win. Sorry, right? It just... So, yes, if you just want to learn to play Magic and have a good time, it's kind of fun. There's hours of content for you. But 2014, I feel, is a better overall player experience, but it may run very poorly on your iDevice.
But it'll probably run fine on Steam.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, if you like it, fine. I just, because of that premium booster thing, I'd say this is probably a single player experience that you're just gonna use to derp around on your iPad, which is fine. Mm-hmm. It's good. I like it. I give it a B, I guess.
Sweet.
Derping.
Paul, you wanted to say something?
Well, I was just saying that, yeah, the premium booster thing, like, I know quite a few people who are actually, like, Magic players who got kind of burned out on buying and, keeping up with the sets with Magic and stuff and buying boosters and all that stuff. And they like Duels because it's, you pay $10 or whatever, and that's it.
Yeah.
You never have to pay anything more.
I always enjoyed that
just
about Duels previously, yeah.
You just unlock more stuff. And yeah, you can pay to unlock it faster, but having stuff only available through the premium boosters...
then you're back at square one, right?
Now you're back into... obviously...
Now there's 3 different...
Obviously, WotC has a vested interest in teaching people how the whole, buy boosters, get stuff...
there's three different booster products.
Yeah,
now.
Except that why do I need to buy like Graham said, I don't want to buy boosters in a product where literally I'm just like there's no secondary market for these things.
So
right?
Just quickly, when you said it was $36 or whatever to unlock the entire thing,
I'd seen that.
Well, because
somewhere.
because they are charging you for these digital boosters, and in real life I can buy 10 boosters and I could get like this is what happened to you, 7 Spine of Ish saws, and you're like, oh, why? Right? Now, this one, you can get like a max of like 4 of each card. So if you buy, a certain number of premium boosters, you will get all the cards.
Oh, okay. So
right?
they actually don't give you tons of copies of one card.
Yeah, you're not gonna end up with like 8 Cloudfin Raptors or something like that, as far as I know. So
that's
that's good, but still, like, in previous years, this game was $10, and now it is at least $13 because I have to pay to unlock the last plane.
Unlocking the last level is kind of cheesy.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's like after you've already got to the point where you're like, I'm so deeply invested in this.
Seriously?
And then now it's just like one little extra little
paywall thing right at the very end.
Here's the thing. I haven't actually gotten to that part, so I don't know if you beat the game and then like the Zendikar is like an extra plane with more shit that you can do after you've technically beaten the game. But I just see it there, like at the end when you scroll through all the levels, and obviously I haven't gotten to it yet, but and I see it there, and it's like Zendikar, and then if you go to the store, it's like unlock Zendikar, $2.99.
I guess the reason that this bugs me is that
so it does cost $3 more than it did.
I had no problem with like $10 for the game. Fine, it's a game, and I enjoyed it. And then you could play to unlock the cards, or you could pay if you wanted to unlock them faster. That all seems fine. But I always thought that Duels was sort of like an introduction to Magic to get people into the real, either the paper game or Magic Online. And it seems like this year they're trying to make it more of its own profitable arm of Magic Digital, and I don't know if that's the right tactic that they should be taking with it. I think it operated very well as a this is maybe
as a gateway drug.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that, but yes, and I don't think that this is doing them a service, this new attitude.
I feel like if somebody's like, hey, I want to get into Magic, what should I play?
I'm still going to recommend Duels.
Well, I'm going to tell them maybe are you on Steam? Maybe Duels 2014. Because it still runs and it's still a good game, and it's not like current brand new cards that are out, but it'll still teach you how to play. And $10 you'll get everything. This one you're probably looking at. I mean, you're looking at 13 to get everything, and maybe 15 or something like that.
Yeah, I guess we can real quick talk about the card frame since Alex brought it up. So yeah, they changed the card frame.
Changed several things about the card frames
in M15. So the border. This is interesting. It actually is the same border as the Planeswalker cards used to have, and still do. The way that it sort of curves in and is all black at the bottom.
Huh. Everybody Planeswalker.
I really like how they look in your hand. Pardon me. Got something stuck in my throat there.
Ew.
Yeah, I really like how they look. I didn't want to really like.
So you get more black space at the bottom.
Yeah, I didn't. It really like weights the art like graphically. It looks really cool. I didn't want to weigh in on it until I actually saw them physically, and yeah, I really like it. And then on rares and mythics, there's a little holofoil dot to make them more special and presumably to protect against counterfeiting more. What do you think, Alex?
That's I think that's the intent. The unfortunate thing is it's not going to prevent people from counterfeiting like original Duels and all the actual mini cards. But
yeah, but
you know,
you got to
do something, right?
Yeah.
They also changed the font on top.
They did. They changed it from an off-the-shelf font called Matrix Small Caps.
I think that's actually the one that they use on the Power Toughness. It was Plantin?
M Plantin is the text font, and it still is.
Oh, okay, no.
But the titles and the bit where it says like creature whatever, that was a font called Matrix, and now it is an in-house font they have built called Balerin, named for Mr. Jace.
I think I generally dig it, but the way the O doesn't complete kind of bugs me. It looks like a printing error to me.
I think where it's most noticeable is if you look at like Hushwing Griff. Oh, this is cool. Sorry, if you're watching the video, Paul's going to replace this. I assume is what he's going to do is replace this Adonius Pridemate with the previous. Ding. There
you go.
If you look at creature hippogriff, it's all the word hippogriff is very pointy in this new font. Yeah, it looks like you might stab yourself on the letters. I think the new font is sweet. I actually really like the new card frame. Like it's not a big change.
They made
easier
the bottom
to read the artist's name. I tell you what.
Yeah, which is really nice. Like the artist and collector's number, as I was encountering today when I was looking at them, blue I could read from a good distance. Black was like a little difficult. Green is very difficult to read. The black on the green.
They
leaf.
now just do white against black instead of just like picking a color.
Very challenging
Because they have white on black.
Yeah, so now it's white on black, and it's
black
just much easier to read. So
on the rest of the colors. So
I'm a big fan of it. Also, they said that while they have no idea how this would be used right now, this is machine readable
because of the white on black.
Yeah, so they could do you could have some sort of thing where you could have like an app or something that could tell exactly what card it is.
You know what? I was joking about this, where you take your actual like paper collection and you feed it into a machine that reads the cards and then shreds them and gives you those digital objects.
That would be pretty sweet, actually. I could see a lot of people doing
that. Just like pray it doesn't get an error.
Yeah, I could.
Like, yeah.
I feel it scans them, you confirm, and then it shreds them.
Yeah, exactly.
It just gives them back to wizards. Oh.
But yeah, I think it looks sweet. It's not. I don't think it's a big enough change that you can really have that big of an opinion one way or another.
Yeah.
Although. I agree with James in that creature tokens that have, I think it's that have an ability, look weird.
Yeah, I don't think I like the new tokens.
The M15, applying this card frame to the tokens ended up looking a little strange.
Don't think I've seen enough.
Peculiar, you might say.
Because I wasn't at the
Peculiar. I don't know if Paul can actually find them. Maybe just Google M15 tokens.
Also, can I just say the guest design cards I think are really cool.
I think they're really sweet, actually. I think
it makes it feel more like a community of nerd stuff.
And going to game designers, I think, was really smart. because they actually know how to do a thing.
Yeah, they have.
Oh
like,
no,
some-
I see what it is. Sorry. Yeah. So Paul, pull that one up. So this is the one that you get from the Colonian Twin Grove. This guy's fine. It's the ones without a text box, like without an ability, like the sliver. I don't know if you can see the M15 sliver there.
What?
Yeah. So pull that one up. Oh, it's paired with the. Yeah. So it goes down into the thing where it says sliver, and then there's this weird little like vestigial square part of the art at the bottom where the power toughness is, and it looks.
That looks fine to me.
It looks weird. The tokens that have abilities and have a text box there is fine because it looks just like a card, but the tokens that don't, like this soldier especially, you see it has the little like weird extra white space at the bottom. It's strange, and I think it looks
peculiar.
I think it looks bad, but that's fine. Everything else I'm fine with. But yeah, the guest artist.
I
thing
like
was,
that the tokens now have more art though.
Yeah, it was really sweet. The I want to say we talked about it last time, but I spoke with him on Twitter. Mikey, who designed
it's so good.
Chasm
Best
Skulker.
squid.
Oh yeah, you guys were theorizing as to why they were squids and not like merfolk or something, and I think it was.
I said, is it because merfolk would be way too powerful?
Yeah, and James was like, maybe Mikey just wanted squids, and he confirmed on Twitter. I just wanted squids, you guys. I just wanted squids.
That's fair.
I love it.
And what I said to him, what I really dig, as much as I love like the one that's the World of Warcraft assassin and Notch's, aggressive mining, which apparently Wizards definitely pushed him in a more Minecrafty direction. I really dig that Mikey's is not like, oh, that thing from Borderlands, right? It's just a sweet card.
Yep.
It's just really cool.
A sweet, very
it's not
playable
like,
card.
It's not like an obvious reference to a game that just made.
The thing is, Mikey also plays Magic.
Well, they all do.
Well, yeah, but like Mikey's Sharky. So
Oh, yeah.
So I feel that Mikey was like,
Squiddy.
what card do I want?
Squiddy.
Right? He's a
Mikey
spike.
card
Oh, yeah.
squid.
He's a spike like me.
Yeah.
It's a very
He's like,
spiky card, but
Spikes
it's
like
it's like a fun, goofy spike card that I really like.
With so much,
I want that to be a deck. I want
much potential
that
for
squid
abuse.
to be in a list.
I don't know if the squid is spiky. He's much more of a like.
No, you're right. It's like it.
Which was the one that likes dragons? Is it Timmy?
Well,
Johnny?
It's
It's
not
Johnny.
Timmy because it's actually
It's Johnny,
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I feel, is Johnny the one that wants to build wacky combos?
No, Johnny likes dragons.
Is
I
Timmy
think-
the
No,
one
no,
that
no.
wants to
Timmy
build-
likes
I can't
dragons.
remember.
Johnny likes.
It's a fun card.
Timmy, Johnny, Spike.
It's a Mikey card.
It's a Vorthos.
That's what it
Yeah,
is.
it's
It's
a
a
Mikey
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 card.
card.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
But it's really good.
It
like
is.
I feel like it could like put a lot of work in.
We're gonna wrap it up there for this week.
Divination
Divination is good.
with that card though.
Oh, I see.
Combos, Graham.
Okay.
Brainstorm.
Anyway,
Well, that's the dream.
thank you guys for joining us this week for that breakdown. Within the next couple episodes, I'm going to finally finish up before we get too crazy with M15. I'm going to do the Journey into Nyx Mythic Origins episode, or else Mercial will keep harassing me about it. So yeah, but I don't know what we're doing, if that's next week or if we're doing something else next week. But thank you for joining us for Tap Tap Concede, and we will talk to you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Tap, tap, concede.